While you were sleeping, China's AI race exploded. ByteDance dropped a new model. Alibaba spent $400 million to steal users overnight. And Google DeepMind just built an AI that is publishing real mathematical research, completely on its own. This is not the future. This is happening right now. ByteDance just launched Doubao 2.0, and the timing was not an accident. They dropped it right before Lunar New Year. Because last year, DeepSeek used this exact same window to shock the entire world with a low-cost model nobody saw coming. ByteDance was not going to let that happen again. Here's how big Doubao already is: 155 million weekly active users by the end of 2025. That's nearly double what DeepSeek has. And with Doubao 2.0, ByteDance is making a very specific claim that their Pro version matches GPT 5.2 and Gemini 3 Pro in reasoning and task execution, but at a fraction of the cost. And that cost argument is everything right now, because AI is shifting from simple chatbots to agents, systems that plan, act, verify, and keep working through complex multi-step tasks. And when AI starts doing that, token usage explodes. Every step burns compute. Whoever can run agents cheaply at scale wins. That is exactly what ByteDance is betting on. But ByteDance wasn't the only one moving. Alibaba decided to just buy the market. They launched a 3 billion Qwen campaign, roughly $400 million, where users could redeem coupons inside their Qwen AI app for food and drinks. The result? Qwen's daily active users jumped from 7 million to 58 million in just a few days. That is not growth. That is a takeover. And suddenly, Alibaba was only 23 million daily users behind Doubao. The gap that looked comfortable for ByteDance, gone almost overnight. What this tells you is simple. In China's AI market right now, loyalty doesn't exist yet. Users will go wherever feels useful, cheap, or rewarding. The battle for attention is completely wide open. There's a deeper story underneath all of this. US export controls have cut Chinese companies off from NVIDIA's most powerful chips, and instead of slowing them down, it forced them to get obsessive about efficiency, doing more with less, squeezing maximum performance out of limited hardware. ByteDance plans to spend 160 billion Qwen, around $22 billion, on AI in 2026 alone. That is not a company playing defense. That is a declaration of war. And Alibaba just released Qwen 3.5, a model with 397 billion parameters, support for 201 languages, and native multimodal capabilities, handling text, images, and video inside a single system. They are not building for China. They are building for the world. And then there's what Google DeepMind just did, which is in a completely different category. They introduced Aletheia, an AI agent built not for chat, not for consumer apps, but for professional mathematical research. And what it can do is genuinely hard to process. Aletheia works in a loop. One part generates a solution. A second part verifies it, looking for flaws. A third part revises based on what the verifier finds. This keeps running until the output is solid. DeepMind found that separating generation from verification was critical, because models consistently fail to catch their own mistakes when those two things are blended together. The results: Aletheia hit 95.1% accuracy on advanced mathematical benchmarks. It generated a peer-reviewed research paper entirely on its own, classified as publishable without human intervention. And when tested against 700 open mathematical problems, it solved 63 and fully resolved 4 that had never been solved before. This is what the agent era actually looks like when you take it seriously. So zoom out and look at what's happening all at once. ByteDance is locking down the Lunar New Year window. Alibaba is throwing hundreds of millions at user acquisition.
Hey, look at this picture.
DeepSeek is waiting in the background. Google DeepMind is showing the world what agents can actually do at the frontier. And every major Western lab, Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, is accelerating their own agent development simultaneously. This is a synchronized escalation, and the Lunar New Year is acting like an amplifier. Millions of people with idle time, family gatherings, social sharing, all discovering these models at the same moment. The question is no longer, which AI is smartest? The question is, which AI becomes indispensable first? Whoever wins that, wins everything.